Hello, this is John Mule with John Mule Tech Talk. For those that own a Alienware M14X laptop, you may have had the, let me get it out there, Intel style card, like so. Intel. What you notice, there's two antennas on that, one right there and then one right here. Alright, why am I coming to you about this? Alright, because the Intel is only running 2 streams and at the most can receive 300 megabits per second. Changing over to the Bigfoot Killer Wireless N card will give you 450 megs. And if you're like me and you have a Cisco router that can do the 450 megs per second on wireless, it is beneficial to you to have that extra antenna. Well, you're probably saying to yourself, if you're watching this and you bought the Intel card or you had one of the early versions that only had 2 antennas, well, how do I get a third? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you about. First of all, if you have an old laptop with a wireless card, you can take that old antenna out from that old wireless card and you can use that antenna and add that antenna to your laptop. The other thing is on the routing. Well, where do I route it? Well, for my situation, being that I didn't want to take my monitor or my display apart, what I did, you can route your line along. There's a place for a third line. They make it in the casing of the M14X. You can there's a spot in the front of the casing when you pull the bottom of it off, the bottom cover of it off, and there's a little space right in front of your directional or your little click pad, your touch pad, that you can route that line through when you first bring it out from the cart. So you run it back. As you know, it's up underneath the battery. Any of those who have worked on these before, who fancy as upgrading them, and you know a little bit something about upgrading your laptop or your laptop there, then you know that there's a little spot in there in between where the battery's at and where these lines are coming out. Route it up in there, route it back out up into the place where the antenna wires go. Now, prior to me adding the antenna and changing the wireless card out, I had an Intel wireless card that I think it's 1100N. It did not have access to 5 gigahertz networks. It's only a 2.4 gigahertz network style card. So naturally, when I go to try and hook on, whether it's my I have 2 routers, whether it's an Airport Express or whether it's one of the Cisco routers, I can't hook on to the 5 gigahertz networks, which run much faster. As you know, in Cisco, the E4200, when that came out, they started doing 450 megahertz or megabits per second on the 450 megs per second on the 5 gigahertz net side, and you have a bigger spacing per channel, which means unlike your 2.4 gigahertz networks, your channels don't cross over. So where your channels in a 2.4 gigahertz network, you've got 1, 6, and 11 that don't cross over with any other networks. If you're in 7, 8, 9, 10, they cross over with 11. 6 crosses over with, if I remember right, it's 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, I believe it is. And then 1 crosses over with 2, 3, and 4 with channel 6. Anyways, having said that, with 5 gigahertz network, you get a lot better throughput for your wireless. It's easier to stream. If you're on the go and you're watching Netflix over a Wi-Fi connection, that you'll have less lag, and when it's streaming, it makes all the difference. If you're into gaming, it makes a bit of difference. Anyways, I just wanted to get on here and share that with you. I'm actually filming this on the Alienware M14X, and I didn't want to take a whole lot of time. I was sort of on a break doing some coursework, and figured I'd throw a video together about this and let you know how the upgrade went. But anyways, if you have an Alienware system, netbook or notebook, go out there. I can't remember what was let me look up the place I ordered from. There's a place called Ava Direct, and I believe it was Ohio is where it's out of. Yeah, Twinsburg, Ohio. They had, I think it was Ava Direct. I looked on eBay. They were averaging about $50 or so. I had some money socked away in order to go and get it. So I went and did the upgrade, and I don't have the funds to go and invest in an SSD right now, but it's something I may be looking at in the future, because it takes me so much time to do other things that if I can get on my computer, do what I got to do, and get off, it makes it a whole lot faster for me. And definitely for you, if you're working with a company and you're using your Alienware system and it's taking you got 30 seconds of boot up time or minute or whatever it's taking to boot up, that SSD will cut that down. But also this little upgrade will help you. It's not too intrusive. I went and I wanted to mention this. I don't have it in front of me, but I know from just looking at the difference from the Intel system to the Bigfoot Networks killer card, there was a difference from like 60% to 90% signal that I was picking up from the network, and it's at a distance of probably I want to say 30 feet. But it will make a difference probably when you have it in between walls or whatever. That extra antenna will make a difference. And the fact of the matter in here, I've poking up just a little bit up in the casing, and routed it the way I routed it through there. It's getting good signal. So I've got 2 up in here, and then I've got 1 like right around here, and it's a little bit back over here. So sorry I don't have photos, but if you've popped the bottom on a M14X off, you know what I'm talking about. There's a little guide area where the antennas go. So if you've opened it up, you know what I'm talking about. Well, anyways, I'll let you go. I've got to get back to some coursework, and have a good day.